Spend the day with us on Ocean Cay, MSC's private island, which is a marine reserve. We were on the MSC Meraviglia, and one of the stops is to Ocean Cay. So we're going to go through our day at Ocean Cay. We're going to tell you things that we really enjoyed and a few things that probably could use some improvement.
Yes, the first thing when you get off the ship, they have golf carts or different trams, I guess you would call them, that would take you to different parts of the island. And the wait for those were close to 30, 40 minutes. I mean, there were a lot of people waiting there.
Right. The trams are small in size, so they're limited to the number of passengers that they can accept on each tram. So we made the decision that we weren't going to wait in line for 30 or 40 minutes when we could have some beach time. So we decided just to walk over. Now, on this particular excursion, we rented umbrellas. So once we got onto the island and we decided which beach we were going to go to, we had to walk and then we had to find where we could pick up the umbrellas for the lounge chairs.
But that was an interesting thing because we kept going everywhere, all over the place. It says rentals here and there, and they say, oh, no, you have to go here. And then they would send it somewhere else. But when we finally got them, I mean, the guys there were great. I mean, the staff members were very good taking care of us.
Right, because the beach umbrellas are listed under the excursions when you book anything for MSC for Ocean Cay. So we went over to the excursions desk. They said, no, go over towards the beach area. The umbrellas are over there. We made another stop because we thought that this was where we picked up the umbrellas. And again, it was not the right location. So they were very helpful, the staff. And they said, just go to the beach that you want to spend the day on and ask one of the attendants that's at that particular beach and they will help you with the umbrella. So like Michael said, once we got to the spot that we wanted to spend our day at, we asked the attendant. They already actually had the lounge chairs reserved for us because we had pre-booked the umbrellas. So if you pre-book the umbrella before you go to Ocean Cay, they will save lounge chairs. So they basically save enough lounge chairs for the amount of umbrellas that have already been rented. You certainly can rent them the day of, so don't feel like you have to do it the day before.
But it is more money, correct?
Correct. It is more money. We paid about $15 or $17 for the day to rent the umbrella, which I don't think is too bad. I believe if you try and rent them the day of, the price almost doubles. I think it goes up to about $29. And certainly that may depend from sailing to sailing, whether or not there's one ship in on the private island that day, or if there's more than one ship on the private island, that could also factor into how much the cost of the umbrella is.
Yeah, the attendant was a nice. He was a young guy, and what happened was Cheryl tipped him, and when she got her umbrella, when they got theirs, and then we tipped him, and he goes, "Oh, they already tipped me." So I mean, it was good to see that he felt bad about taking the second tip because the other
because we were all together, so he thought that we purchased everything together, but we actually made two separate purchases because our two friends that went with us, they purchased one umbrella and we purchased one umbrella. So we felt that we should each tip on our own, which he was very appreciative of.
Yeah, the staff is great. That's one of the
snack shacks, the food carts. So they have food carts all around the island, and you can get different food items at these snack shacks. On our side, where we spent our time for the day, the snack shacks were not too crowded. The buffet was pretty crowded. And then Michael did a walk around the whole island, and there's another buffet and other snack shacks on the other side. and there were very long lines on the other side. You'll see that a little bit later in this video.
Yes, now we're coming up to the buffet, and it's now 2:30. So now they're going to close this buffet down at 2:30 immediately. You can see the center door, they've already tried to close it, and people were very upset with them. And when we pan over, you can see how long the line is, and they're going to shut down that buffet. The only buffet on the island, they're going to shut it down, and the only places you can get food is from the food shacks, the trucks that are there. And the lines for those were unbelievable.
Once the main buffet closed down, which we understand, we get that they have to close at a certain time because the staff need to clean everything up, get back on the ship before the ship leaves, port. But it's a little bit tough when you have such a long line. So, that's an area that maybe, MSC would think about, even if you just leave one small area open just for the people that are in line. I get that you have to stop the line at some point, but I think that was a little bit upsetting to some guests. We did not have a problem. We decided that we would eat early and then just spend the rest of the day, lounging on the beach and swimming in the ocean.
Yeah, we literally got off the ship and had lunch. So
right.
There weren't that many people there at all. But I guess as the time went on, as people get, they're out in the water and doing this and that, and they're going to get hungry. This is the other side of the island. The island is interesting because I really thought the walkways would go all the way around the island, but halfway through the island, there is water coming in. So you cannot walk all the way around the island. So if you get way in the back there, you literally have to walk back around the island. You cannot cut over. And, you can see the ship. The ship is very close at that point, but they're like, oh, that's it. There's a jetty there. And it's like, nope, you have to turn around and go the other way.
Right.
These are some of the
cabanas. They are also available to rent. And they will accommodate up to 4 people, I believe. It's either 4 or 6. You get 2 lounge chairs and then 2 smaller beach chairs. And you have it for the whole day. I believe it comes with some water. And I'm not sure if there's an attendant or not. But they're not that expensive. So if that's something that would interest you, it is under the excursions for MSC for the Ocean Cay. And then in the background there where the umbrella is on the other side of the palm trees, that's part of the yacht club. So the yacht club has their own private area with their own private cabanas that is strictly for any passengers that have rented suites in the yacht club. So it's away from the rest of the island.
But what a beautiful day. I mean, the ocean is unbelievably, the color of it is unbelievable. The yacht club has one. The staff has their own private beach there as well. So certain parts of the island have different things for different people. But I thought it was great that they gave the staff their own beach. So if they have the day off, they can go and lay out and relax a little bit because they work hard.
And it's roped off area, so it's for staff only. So that's nice that they can take a break and have some private time and enjoy the beach the same as, the guests that are on the ship. It's really, I think MSC does take pretty good care of their staff.
And a couple comments we got on our last video about somebody was saying that they ran out of alcohol on their excursion here to the Cay, which we found surprising, but it happens. But as the day goes on, this is another food truck here, and that line is got to be 30 minutes long.
Yeah, so that's the line for the snack shack. And then I think down a little bit farther is a bar, and there's a long line for the bar also. So the lines were, relatively long the day that we were there. We cannot say that this is how it is every time. And it may just be that when people got hungry, everybody got hungry at the same time. So we were not in port late in the evening. A lot of the MSC ships will not set sail until 10 or 11 o'clock at night. So you'll have the full day on the island, and then you can actually even go back to your room on the ship and get changed for dinner. And they'll have something out on the island for dinner. They'll do an evening party, and then they do a laser show in the evening and also a dance party. So it's really nice if you actually get a sailing where they're going to stay late at night. This is the area for all of the water sports. So if you do the rentals of the kayaks, the stand-up paddle boards, jet skis, all of that stuff, that takes place all in this area.
And it's the farthest place from the ship. So, I mean, the trams at that point, I would say, yeah, get a tram to go over there if you're going to do the water sports, because it's quite a long walk. We walked a half a mile to our chairs and our umbrellas.
And really half a mile is not that long, but if you have to continue on just to get to this area, you're probably talking a mile and a half.
Yeah, at least a mile and a half. I mean, you can see how far away the ship is from here.
Yeah.
But I just wish they would take that circle and make it a whole one. And I know they have to bring water in and out for the ocean to replenish in the that one part, but they have the bridge there that they could bring it in through the other side. I don't understand why. There must be some reason why they didn't do it. And here's our chair.
And if anybody, these are our chairs with the umbrella. And if anybody knows the reason why there's not a bridge connecting both sides of the island, put it down below in the comments. And thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to our videos. We'll have more soon.